In a world where kingdoms fall and stars still remember names, this song was forged from magic memory and the dream that refused to die. Welcome to a tale where wonder still breathes. This is the story, The Cloud Who Loved the Fox, a love beyond lifetimes created by Pacampara. If this tale stirred something in you, a memory, a dream, or a truth, our Ko-fi, Amazon, and Patreon links are in the description. Support helps us keep writing for you and the ones you hold dear. Yongsun's verse. Can you hear it now? This sad little whisper of mine. Your name becomes pain again the moment I call it. Can even the edge of heaven carry it to you? You and always you. Please don't forget me. Jess's verse. Even the clouds hold their breath when I call your name. The night grows wet with your final whisper. I left no promise, but I made a vow in silence. Me too, and always me. I can't forget you, not ever. Yongsun's verse. I left without the mercy of a goodbye. The love I left behind still lingers in my chest. Even if I never love again, please remember my love. Please remember me. Jess's verse. I never once forgot you, not for a single breath. Even in the clouds, I kept singing your name. If goodbye came only once, why did longing return every day? I loved you and I still do. The snow whispered like breath over the stone. Pale drifts curled past the golden windows of the imperial palace, dusting the lantern-lit courtyard in silver and silence. In the highest tower, under the solemn hush of winter's night, Emperor Jess stood alone, his hands folded behind his back, his gaze fixed not on the empire he ruled, but on the horizon beyond it. The world he built stood still, and still it was not enough. He didn't hear her enter, but he felt her. Yongsun, his queen, his fox, his impossible eternity, move like the wind-drawn silk, like breath through forest leaves. Her 8 tails flowed behind her, like falling stars. She wrapped her arms around him from behind and pressed her cheek into his shoulder. The familiar warmth of her, a quiet defiance against the cold. You'll catch cold, she whispered. He smiled faintly but did not turn. You always say that. And you always ignored, she murmured back. She closed her eyes, breathing him in, even now. Now, tonight. He turned to her slowly, fingers brushing her cheek as if trying to memorize her all over again. Her glow, soft, ancient, aching. Her smile brave but uncertain. Her hands shaking, though her voice never did. Young, he asked softly, have you decided? Her silence stretched long. It was answer enough. The past became fragments. He remembered her as he first saw her, perched like a vision on the jade balcony of her mountain court, 9 tails curling like question marks in the wind. She had been a legend, a whispered name, a moonlit apparition. Wheaton and Bill laughed at him, 2 sparring partners and childhood friends, calling him smitten, hopeless and doomed. But Jess had been foolish and bold, human boys, she teased, from her high perch, always chasing storms they cannot catch. She shouted back with a grin, then I'll be the first to catch one. She tilted her head, then, and amused and smiled. He never stood a chance. Years passed and he trained beneath her court, while we invested him with calculated strikes, and Buell stole his lunch mid-duel just to tease him. They were young, reckless, full of wonder, and young she remained always, a little too far and a little too bright, like the sun behind the colors. But she watched, she laughed, and just kept coming back. Until the Oni came. It came with fire on its breath, horned and monstrous, devouring villages and tainting rivers. He remembered the battle, ash falling like snow, Win's voice calling orders, Bull's arrow streaking to the flame. Jess, barely 20, led the charge. He remembered running straight into the beast's path, remembered leaping, his blade sinking deep. The world turned red in thunder, and then silence. When he opened his eyes, she was there, bending over him, silk stained with ash and eyes wide. "You fool," she whispered, cupping his face. "You reckless, beautiful fool." He thought he saw tears, and then her lips were on his. Foxfire flared across the battlefield. Sealing above, neither of them had yet spoken aloud. Now in the twilight of peace, she had only 8 tales. The first she gave to a dying child in the ruins. The second when she sheltered war orphans. The third when she chose to marry him. Every tale lost was a prize of love. Every tale a goodbye to forever. And now the last. The council had warned her. Fey elves in robes of woven stars, Dokebi dwarves with iron-cast hammers, river spirits wept into their sleeves, her own fox skin draped in velvet fur, and pearl crowns knelt in protest. "You hold this world in balance," an elven elder said. "Without your grace, peace will splinter." "You built a utopia," growled a dwarven lord. "You and the emperor both. Mortality will shatter it." Even her sister foxes begged, "Don't forsake your divinity. He will die. He is a cloud, and clouds vanish." Jess said nothing. He had stood beside her but never spoke. He would not sway her. Yongsun met their eyes and their voices steady. "I've watched kingdoms rise and fall for centuries. I have ruled with wisdom and with fire. But what is eternity?" she said, "if I must walk through it alone?" No one spoke after that. Even the spirits bowed. That night, under lamplight, she sang softly beside Jess, an old lullaby that they had once sung under the foxglove trees as young lovers hiding from storms. "I was a cloud adrift in the sky, lonely and pale as the world passed by. Then I found you, fox of flame and snow, and I knew where I always go." Jess' voice cracked as he whispered, "Young, I'm dying." She stilled. "No, clouds vanish," he said. "Don't say that," she said, clutching his hand. "Don't you dare. You still have Win, Buell, the Empire, and our child." "I'll raise him," she swore, "but not without you. I'll find you in every life. I'll burn every tale to follow you." He kissed her hand, trembling. "Then I'll wait, love, I'll wait every time." When he was gone, snow felt heavy. Young left the palace. She wandered mountains with her son in her arms, wrapped in her old robes. Barefoot against the frost, she sang Jess's songs to him beneath the pine trees. The same songs he once sang while training with Win and Buell. He loved this valley, she whispered to the child. Once he climbed it just to meet a foolish brave man. You have his eyes, his quiet fire. She sat beside the frozen river where they once first kissed. Her son reached for her hair and she wept, not from grief but from how much she was Jess. "We'll climb this together," she promised. "Win and Buell will teach you how to fight like your father. I'll show you where the foxfire blooms, and one day we'll find them again." The wind carried her words through the trees like a prayer. Her last tale shimmered faintly, then dimmed, fading into the snow like smoke into the sky. She pressed her cheek into her child's and whispered, "I'll love you, Jess, and I'll find you, and I'll find you." Spring breathed through the mountains again. The snows had melted, revealing foxglove fields and winding streams where foxfire once danced. Yongsun stood at the base of the trail where it all began, the air sharp with pine and memory. Beside her were Win and Buell, steadfast as ever, their laughter quiet but warm. Behind them followed Keb, Abby, Rich, Renz, and Mary, and Jake, their old companions from those reckless years of battles and wandering. The ones who had once fought Oni and carved a future out of storms. And with them came their children, laughing and wide-eyed, their boots muddy from the climb. Yongsun's son, tall now, carried her pack easily and hummed a familiar tune. I was a cloud adrift in the sky. The melody drifted upward, carried by the breeze like a prayer. They climbed together, boots crunching over stone, foxfire blooming in their wake as if the mountain remembered them. Wind chuckled softly, ruffling her daughter's hair. Your father once nearly tripped off this ridge, she told her. Buell smirked. Just dragged me up here at sword point once, just to prove he was faster. Idiot beat me by a step and gloated for weeks. Kev laughed and nearly got flattened by that Oni before you three bailed him out. Yongsun smiled faintly at the memories, her gaze drifting toward the summit. He'll love this place, she whispered. Then he'll hear us, Rich said, her hand resting on Yongsun's shoulder as he always does. They reached the peak by dusk. The world stretched endless around them, valleys blooming green, rivers cutting silver ribbons through the land. The Empress once bled for shining in the distance. The wind stirred gently, warm despite the height. Mary's son pointed upward suddenly. Mama, he said softly, look! A lone cloud drifted above them, glowing faintly gold in the last light of day. It shifted, curling as if unseen hands shaped it, coiling down toward the peak. Foxfire stirred around Yongsun's feet, curling up her legs. Win and Buell exchanged a sharp glance but said nothing, their hands finding their children's. The cloud descended like mist, enfolding them all. Yongsun's breath hitched from within it. A shape stepped forth. Jess, not spirit, not dream, not memory. Jess whole, warm, alive, his hair black as it once was, his steady eyes fixed only on her. He smiled the same quiet smile that had first undone her all those years ago. Young, he said softly, as if no time had passed at all. She broke, running forward, tears streaking her face. She threw herself into his arms. His hands came around her, strong and trembling, pulling her as if he feared she'd vanished. You came back, she sobbed into his chest. You promised. And I kept it, he murmured, pressing her lips to her hair. I told you clouds don't vanish, not when a fox keeps calling them home. Behind them, Win wiped her eyes, grinning. About damn time, Emperor. Buell folded her arms, smirking through tears. We saved your mountain spot for you, idiot. The children crowded forward, eyes wide, as Jess pulled back slightly to look at them all. His gaze softened on his son. You've grown, he said, his voice rough. The boy swallowed hard and said, I learned your songs, father. Jess's smile broke, wider pride and love shining in equal measure. Then sing them for me on the way down. The old party stood together once more, Young and Jess at the center, Win and Buell flanking them, Kev, Jake, Mary and Abby laughing softly behind, Rich and Renz clapping at each other's backs. Their children ran around them, weaving between legs and tails and laughter, as the mountain wind carried Jess's voice. I was a cloud adrift in the sky, and Yongsun answered, her voice trembling but strong. Then I found you, fox of flame and snow. The others joined in, their voices blending, echoing over the peaks. Just looked at them all, friends, family, the lives they built, and whispered to Yongsun, do you see it? The world we dreamed of. She leaned against him, curling around them like a shield of warmth. I see it and you. He kissed her softly, the kind of kiss that held every year they'd lost and every lifetime they'd claimed. Above them, the clouds parted, starlight spilling like blessings over the mountain where it all began. And in that moment, surrounded by the ones they loved, they knew that this was not the end. It was the beginning of forever. Each day, I write and create for my beloved Yongsun, the son who lights up my every verse, every tale, every quiet thought I dare to share. If her warmth reached you through these words, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep stories that shine.